Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play, where we're going to dive right back into Elite Zoo North, of course, and complete what we began 2 sessions ago. It was 2 sessions ago? I think it was 2 sessions ago. Is this the first time we've crossed the 10k line with our conservation credits? Because I think it might be. And that's cause for celebration, but that's not the only cause for celebration, folks. We are also at the 100-year mark of our zoo, and that means that between now and I think Saturday, I'm going to be pausing a lot because I have something special planned for year 100, but I'm not going to have the time, like in real life time, to execute it until Saturday's episode. So bear with me, folks. Bear with me as I well, you know, in a way it works out because we're going to be working on our, you know, monastery Tibetan snow leopard enclosure today a lot anyway, and that's done on pause anyway. But it's already April of year 100, and my ideal would be to execute my plans when on the 4th of December. But let's be honest with ourselves, it's hard to nail the date exactly. So I'll take it whenever I can take it. But those plans for the future, and again, that'll hopefully be Saturday's episode, maybe a Sunday special, but more likely Saturday's episode. Let's not look to the future too far. Let's go ahead and look at the present. And in the present, I just want to say, folks, that if you would like to maintain the future of Planet Zoo on this channel, make sure you don't hesitate to let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. Folks, like I say all the time, it really helps me make decisions on the channel. It really helps me know what you would like to see more or less of. So if you leave a like and you leave a comment, not only do I get an idea that you're interested in watching more Planet Zoo and I should keep it going, but I also, again, read through the comments because there are always some interesting suggestions, thoughts, insights, opinions that I just love going through and seeing what we can implement. For example, you know, improving these mountain peaks. Definitely something I want to look into. Got some interesting insights with regards to gondolas and trains and things like that as well. So do keep them coming because it does make a very big difference to my approaches. Now, the first thing I want to take care of today is, like I've said before, if you're a channel member or patron, you get the chance to rename staff after yourself. And I think staff is a good idea, especially because staff don't die. So we're going to do that really quickly. I'll do a cutaway and we'll jump back in after I've done the renaming, because that is, with my double and triple checking spellings and everything, that can be a pretty arduous process to watch, I understand. That's some feedback I got last time. So I will do a quick cutaway as I do this flyby, and we'll come back and we'll take a look at the names we've got in. And apart from that, I also had another interesting suggestion that I'll be integrating soon as well. But for now, let's get those names in, shall we? All right, so let's quickly go over some of the new name additions that we got. Or, you know what, let's go ahead and go over all the names we have so far. Again, I apologize if I butcher any of the pronunciations. Correct me in the comments. I'm always willing to learn how to say things correctly. But of course, sometimes it's just it's difficult to, you know, read and know exactly how it goes. So we've got Zoe Peters, Whitney Bentz, Whitney. Are these the same? We have 2 Whitneys? Huh. Vera Idle. That's a new one. Simon Yub. I forget now. Yub. Shaw. Riley Conway. Rita Aitama. Platinum. Magenta Ferry. Lorena Pfister. And I'm not sure if that's how the S with the accent is pronounced, so feel free to correct me. Lighty. That is another new one. Katie Nicole. Cassandra LaRosen, another new one. Giselle Sherry, let me know. That is another new addition. Eric Wright, Emmanuel Mood Guy, that's another new addition. Elia Vandenhazel, Danielle R91, Cold Brew Barbie, Carson, another new addition. Brandy Lee Blossom, Esteria, another new one. Amelia Young, Ace, that's another new one. And Lil Frank. I believe I've caught all the new ones. I've called out all the new ones. Indeed, I have. Folks, again, massive shout out and thanks to all of the channel members and patrons who help keep this channel alive and running. I've said it countless times, and it's because it's that important to me. I really appreciate it. And to those of you that aren't able to support, you know, by becoming a member or joining Patreon, that's not an obligation at all. I greatly appreciate the fact that you join in for this journey and watch along. It really does mean a lot to me. So thank you all. For 100 years of of Elite Zoo North, right? So actually, we're going to pop that staff menu back open because I got an excellent, there was an excellent point presented in the comments. And apart from me needing to train people up, which let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and train some people up. And just as I do that, I want to remind y'all, so I'm going to keep the renaming to once a month, like once a real life calendar month, because that way we can, dole it out, and there's time for people to, come up with names that they want to be integrated as, or if you're, playing catch up, then you're able to let me know before I get to the next episode, or the next episode where we do the renaming. So yeah, it'll be left to once a month. But I did get a really interesting suggestion that I might integrate. So we talked briefly about renaming animals, and many of you had your opinions shared, and there were some on both sides of the fence, but I think most people felt the same about not wanting to rename animals. But I got an excellent suggestion that rather than renaming animals, what if we start building little sponsor boards in front of animals, in front of their enclosures or near their enclosures. So, for example, if you were to be by the snow leopards, there would be a little board, and we'll have it nicely decorated and designed, and it would be like, oh, this animal has been proudly sponsored by, and then your names. So, for example, if you'd like to be a sponsor of a specific animal, you can let me know through Patreon or in the comments. Again, I can tell if you're a member easily because of the icon next to your name, or if you PM me on Patreon, I can obviously pull from there, and I can start building those sponsor boards. And I think it's a nice way that people who are particularly attached to a certain animal might be willing to quote unquote sponsor it in universe, and so it builds a nice story. And I like things that build a story, and I think that builds the story of the zoo, of like all the people who have helped us, in more ways than one, keep these animals going strong. So I really like that idea. So maybe we'll start that off next month. I don't want to bog all my episodes down with stuff like this. I saw a lot of comments about that last month, so I'm trying to be cognizant of that. So maybe we start doing that next month. So start thinking about which animal you'd like to sponsor, and which animal you'd like to see your name, attached to, I suppose. We'll try to keep it to one animal per person. Maybe we'll change that. We'll see. Anyway, enough rambling about that. My apologies if that went on too long. But right, we've got everyone scheduled for training, but we also need to get some more vendors down. And the reason why is because the eagle-eyed among you noticed that a lot of the time our stores are left empty, and this camera is. I'd noticed that as well every once in a while, but I just kind of like didn't care. Well, it's not that I didn't care much for it. I just didn't make much of it because I was like, oh, you know what? It's like a slim margin where people aren't there. But there have been cases where I've wondered why these stores are closed for longer than they need to be. There have been times where I've gone past a store, and I've seen on multiple occasions that it's still closed because there's no vendor. Well, I guess when you just start the game up, all the vendors are at their stalls. Oh, and even then, see, like this one's closed right now. So let's go ahead and get some more vendors down. I think it's a good idea. A great suggestion came through, and I was like, oh, that's a good point. Because it's something that had been registering in my mind, but it just didn't occur to me that I should, do something about it, I guess. Because what happens is the vendors, they all work shifts. So if you don't have basically 2 vendors per stall, there will be time when no one is attending to a certain stall. And we've got the money for it now. We've got more than enough money to hire these vendors. And let's go ahead and get a couple over here. Not going to assign any work zones. They can work wherever they're needed. And I do not have to adjust their salaries. Oh god, I was like, do I have to go back and adjust all their salaries and find them? So that should be good. They'll hopefully spread themselves out and figure out where they need to go and deal with that. Now, apart from that, I do also want to check my settings over here really quickly, because it's pointed out that maybe, where is game settings? Guest settings, there we go. Wow, weird. Not sure why it backed out like that. Guest settings, don't limit number of guests, maximum number of guests. Let's set it up to 9K. Or 8K, sure, because the number will get up there when I drag the little thing. And the reason I'm doing that is because it was mentioned that maybe the reason why we're not seeing so many crowds up over here is because of my settings, but I don't think that's the case. We have 5K guests, and my viewing limit was set to 6K. But no, it's pretty empty up over here. I think it's because it's hard to get to. And I got a couple of suggestions as to how we can maybe have that happen more often. Have people come up there more often. Wow, this is a big zoo. One of those suggestions is that perhaps it's time to reduce our pricing a little bit. Let's drop this down to, let's say 12, right? We're making enough money. If dropping the prices here means people are more willing to get on here to get to our further away enclosures, I don't mind that so much. Now, if this starts to eat away at our income, then I will obviously, you know, undo this. But maybe 17 was a little too high. Maybe it's a little too rich, right? So let's go ahead and adjust that, and let me just check real quick that I got this one. I might have missed it. Yeah, okay, looks like we're good. So hopefully that'll draw more people onto the trains, and if they get on the trains, they're more likely to, you know, get up over there and eventually get off over here, get off over there, which would be quite helpful. And then another thing that was suggested is it's quite possible that, up there we go. Quite possible that this is too low. I don't think it is, honestly. Let's go ahead and, you know, there's something else I need to hire, which is I need to get another security guard. Yeah, see, now this isn't too... Well, okay, there's one way to find out. Let's go ahead and put you down over here, and we'll see if she's able to make her way out. And if she is, then this shouldn't be, then that means this isn't too low. And the problem is elsewhere. Now, there was a suggestion of adding some exhibit animals over here, and I like the suggestion. We can easily add some exhibit animals over here to draw people out, but unfortunately, if we look at Zoopedia, and again, I wish there was a filter here so I could see, you know, only the exhibit animals, but I don't think there's anything in the Arctic or Antarctic zone that I could bring over here. Spider warning, folks. For like 30 seconds. Yeah, looks like we're good. Oh, this doesn't actually bring up a big picture. Let's see, where are we? Anything else? Anything else that, no. Black bear is not an exhibit animal. I mean, one thing we'll definitely do is add the reindeers on the flip side of this, so that'll bring people over, because it'll be a fresh animal to look at. But yeah, no exhibit animals. And I guess you don't really get that kind of animal in this part of the world, I suppose. I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Not that I'm an encyclopedia of every animal ever, but yeah, nothing, no such luck, it seems. No such luck. So enclosures, I mean, unless we break our, you know, region-based rule, which I don't really want to do, if I'm honest. Unless we break that, we can't really put any exhibits over there. We just have to rely on the raw charisma of our polar bears. And I think, I mean, well, let me actually check one thing over here. People are coming over here, and we are seeing donations come through finally. I mean, I think this move was definitely very helpful. And if we take a look at people's opinions real quick, I like the view of the Antelope. That's good. Hope this is a short flurry. I have no control over that. They're glad that the toilet blocks are free. I really have been wondering about charging people for that, but no, that's fine. We don't need money. We don't need money that desperately or anything. Yeah, see, people, I think it's just because people are able to see from over here, and they're able to get all their needs fulfilled over here. They don't really have a reason to go all the way back there. I mean, what I could do, what I was thinking was, if people come out from the tunnel over here as well, and then from here, they'd have a view of the reindeer, because like the reindeer would be in this area. And then over here, I was going to do the doll sheep, or I was going to give them a mixed enclosure, because apparently you can do that. So I was going to maybe do that, have this be like a mountainous region where the doll sheep can climb up and, you know, do their thing, so to speak. And so people could come out there for an interesting view. And hopefully from here, they wouldn't complain about the view. That's my one concern, is that they'll come here and they'll be like, oh, I can't really see it that well. Like, well, because you're not supposed to be seeing it from over here. You're supposed to be seeing it from over there. So that might solve that problem. But that's something we're going to be looking at later. Because I'm focusing on the snow leopards, and I am also going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right, we need 2 more. Got this adorable suggestion of 8 and 9. All right, there we go. Yeah, so now when you walk in, the kids go, oh, this is adorable. I want to play with this thing. And the kids walk over, and the parents go, well, I'm next to an ATM. I might as well take some money out. Oh, my God. Not actually. But that would be funny if it worked like that. I believe there is one important matter to take care of before we hit play. And that matter is the matter of our pack. So, Geralt is our alpha male. If I can find Geralt. Oh, that's en route. Oh no, Vanessa. Hold on. Is this another one? No, man, you can't start an episode on this note. Okay, well, Geralt's the alpha. Fenrir is the alpha female. But I do believe her and Geralt are... Oh, they're not related. Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, she's going to pass away soon. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a female Timberwolf, or at least check if one is available, because you might as well, right? You might as well. Didn't mean to come here. I meant to come to animal trading. Let's take a look at our animal... Ooh, hello. Done. Easy. Gold. Decent stats. Size gene is kind of low, but that's okay. We can hopefully breed that out. Fertility's high, longevity's high, immunity's pretty good, and I mean appeal, right? Kind of on the old side, not very young, but I think we'll be okay. I think it was worth it. I checked the age that time before before y'all start screaming at your screens. So Rhea, go ahead and move you into quarantine, please. Let's go ahead and move you, I say, into quarantine right over here, and then we'll bring her in. So that's our Timber Wolfette solved. And Fenrir again is the alpha, so she'll be the only one who mates for the next little while. But as soon as she passes away, we'll have a new alpha, and hopefully it'll be fine. I mean, introducing someone new into a pack shouldn't be a problem, I think. We'll find out. But so that's that taken care of. Let me do one last thing, and then we'll come back to say farewell to Vanessa. I'm always torn with the Timberwolves. It's like, on the one hand, I don't want to watch them die. It makes me so sad. But then on the flip side, you should be there for them, right? It's like, if you go to the vet to put your friend down, you got to be there for them, right? Right? I don't know. I always, especially with the wolves, I love doggos. All right. Mei Lin is the old adult. Ying Tai is the new adult. Now, ooh, enrichment is really low here. I might need to do another management pass, actually. So Ying Xiang is... You know what? Okay, let's go ahead and put you on contraceptives as well. Not that it's going to make a big difference. And Ying Tai, let's go ahead and get you... I mean, you've got decent genes. Let's get you a mate, right? So we need a male giant panda. Let's go ahead and get that done. Animal market. Giant panda. Where is my G's? Where are my G's at? There we go. Giant panda. Oh, you come. Might be because of the filter. Okay, there we go. Looking for some even mediocre genes over here. Come on. Give me the click. Give me click. It's like saying click might make it work. Size is good. Longevity's all right. These are kind of low, but again, you don't really get the greatest genes for giant pandas. 9.4 years old, so a bit on the older side, but not terrible. And the fertility gene is what I'm looking at as well. We'll go with you. Oh man, this is a tough call. Size versus fertility. Size versus fertility. Let's go with size. Fertility is all right, and Ying Tai will make up for it. You know, because that's how it works. Science. All right, so we have our male giant panda. Let's go ahead and move you. Do we have... No, we do not. I was wondering if we had quarantine over there. Immunity center is what I almost called it. What? What? Stringing words together now. All right, so we got 2 animals in quarantine, and hopefully they'll be ready to come. Let's go ahead and say goodbye to an old friend over here. Where are you? There you are. And, wow, what a sad note to start the day on, I guess. But we'll switch over to a happy note shortly afterwards. There we go. Bye, little buddy. That's en route already. I guess that didn't that happen at the end of the last session? I thought it did. I thought Vanessa Fenrir is about to mate. Wow. Okay. I mean, hey, if watching a packmate pass is what it takes, then so be it. And expecting offspring. That was instant. September of the year 100. Oh, it's gonna be a special baby. We got fantastic genes on Fenrir, and we've got fantastic genes on Geralt as well. So, you know what? It should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at our research here for the snow leopards. That's great. We should keep that going. We got to get them some stuff. We do have some issues over here. Incorrect sex ratio with the pronghorn antelope. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Too many males, I assume. Yes. Who is our... Oh, did I not? Oh, no. Don't tell me I didn't rename him. I did not rename him. All right. This is going to be an issue. Waldo, where you at? Okay, there you go. I imagine you're fine. Inbreeding. Part of me just thinks I should trade out all the males. Oh, you know what I could do is I could check ages. Get rid of the youngest. So Waldo's pretty young. Noah and Yule are young. Well, hold on now. I'm pretty sure Yule is the father. I remember making the Yule jokes, right? So Noah and Waldo have got to go, and then Embrace is the juvenile, so he doesn't count. Alright. Let's go ahead and send y'all to the trade center. That should solve that problem, and I want to see if I can trade these guys out today. That should be that. Oh. The little, like, weird burp sounds are so cute. Let's go ahead and say hello to some folks over here. And then we'll take a look at our trading opportunities, and then maybe we'll dive into a time-lapse right away. It's very bright right now. It's sunny. The weather is clear. There's no reason not to... What are the chances the name Sunny shows up shortly after I say the name Sunny? Sometimes... wordplay just happens around me. But yeah, it's sunny, it's beautiful, it's an ideal time to do a time lapse, I think. The weather's clear as well, and I've got some exciting plans. Actually, hold on, wait, before I even... Because I will forget again. I will forget again, like I did when I had the game paused when we first started the session. Y'all need to be climb-proof. And I'm pretty sure... There we go, climb-proof on the right side? Yes, there we go. So that'll stop them from climbing over. The thing is, glass is, like when you have one-sided glass or two-way glass or whatever it's, what is it called? When you have one-way glass, it's already climb-proof. So I forgot to switch it over when we swap to the wooden barrier, which it seems most of you agree does look more fitting. Yeah. Why is this part not snowy? How are... Excuse me. If anything needs to be snowy, it's this. Oh, it's not powered over there. Oh, you know what? I think it's just outside of habitat. Okay, so we pop you down over here then. Pop you down over here. Okay. Let's drop your temperature to -4, the lowest we can take it for the snow leopards to be comfortable. And hopefully we start seeing some snowy peaks up there. Might be a little too high. Oh, that would be unfortunate. That would be unfortunate. Anyways, where was I when I distracted myself? I was... Wow, I completely threw myself off my own train of thinking there. I was looking at there... Oh yeah, the trade center. It's one of those days, folks. It's one of those days. Recording on hump day. You definitely feel it. I've also been executing a lot of highly edited content. In fact, I dropped a new video. Maybe I'll put it in a pinned comment down below. If you've never heard of Crusader Kings, can highly recommend checking the game out. I did a video on it. I'll link it in the pinned comment down below. It's a deep dive. If you could check it out, that'd be awesome. If you've never played the games, might be something you enjoy. It's a strategy game that is unlike any other strategy game that's out there. It's more about like family management and role playing. I love the game. So maybe check it out. And if you do know about the game, then Crusader Kings 3 is coming out soon. These are really good genes. Funny that I should be talking about genes as I'm talking about Crusader Kings. Crusader Kings 3 should be coming out in 2020, and I'm super pumped for that game. I'm super excited for that game. So I've started some coverage on that. So yeah, I'll link to that in the pinned comment, and if y'all could check it out, that'd be great. If not, obviously it's not an obligation. I just decide to share some of those videos that take, you know, take my sleep pattern away. There we go. All right, so... Sorry, I didn't want any species. I want to see the pronghorn antelope. Where are we? Pronghorn antelope. There we go. Just want to see what kind of prices we can net. 1,090, 400. 400, that's reasonable to me. Let's not compare to... You know, I would love to see some statistics. I wonder if the developers actually keep a track of this. Like on the back end, I would love to see if on average, albino animals sell for a higher price than non-albino animals for like similar genes, right? For similar appeal, like control everything you can control. Sex appeal, and see if albino versus not makes a difference to what people are willing to pay. I'm really curious. So okay, it looks like 500 is a decent number to go for approximately, because these are, I mean, I'm sorry, but these are great genetics. Let's go ahead with let's see who's the highest, because someone will go for 450. Come on. So Watkins and Noah, I think, are highest. Ooh, it's tough. It is tough. They're all, you know what? Nah. They're all going for 500. If the game would let me, come on. Oh, no, nah. Okay. There we go. I value these animals too much. Personally, I mean. I don't mean I'm valuing them at too high. I'm saying they're worth 500, maybe 450. I could maybe be convinced to put them down to 450, but it'll take some convincing. And it looks like we've done well to trade out everything we wanted to trade out. I need to maybe start considering trading out some of our Bengal tigers. That's starting to become a bit of a jungle up there in terms of how many tigers we have on hand. Anyways, let's go ahead and hit play. Let's try and get these quarantined animals out of quarantine. Oh, wait, no. Right, I forgot. I was going to take advantage of the weather. Folks, let's go ahead and do that first. Let's take advantage of the weather. Let's dive on in, take care of our monastery complex over here, and then when we come back after the time lapse, a little bit more management stuff to round off today's session. So, yeah, no time to waste. Let's begin. All right, folks, this one is... I'm really happy with this one. Lots of great suggestions that came through in the comments that I'll be integrating. So the first one actually you're seeing right now, the first step is to build in something that we were doing a fair bit of at the beginning with, you know, Wolf Rock and Grizzly Grove. You're able to go in and go into a cave basically and see the animal sleep. And many of you were suggesting a similar thing for our snow leopards, and I think it's a great idea. We have a great spot for it as well. So after struggling a little bit with the pathing over here, you can see I've got myself a little bit of a cave viewing area. And my thinking with this cave area is that it's a bit more of a natural space. I don't want it to be too built up. I want it to feel like a cave, and I want it to feel you know, pretty tight and intimate, I guess. In my head, I almost imagine when you're here, you can barely hear the sounds and the hustle and bustle of the rest of the zoo because you're so high up and you're, you know, in a cave and the rocks outside will probably, you know, dampen the sound a little bit. So it's a really very quiet space. And I feel like it marries with the idea of this whole monastery space we're building, you know, a little isolated, a little quiet. Even when we do the lighting here, which I don't do this session actually, but when we do the lighting over here, leave it rather dim so it feels, again, peaceful. I really like this space. And even if our guests never come here, I don't care because we can come here. I think it's a great idea. And I really like how it's come out as well, actually. I really like that the way the barrier's shaped around it. I like how intimate it can get with the animals. And I'd like to see the leopards actually using this space. And I can really imagine it. In my head, I can hear, you know, when like you're in a monastery or in a cathedral, you know how voices sound a little different and how like every footstep like echoes or reverberates. Here it would be reverberation because it's a smaller space, not enough room for an echo, I don't think. But I can hear this space in my head, in my mind's head, and I like it. I'm really happy. I'm really pleased with it. And this is just one of the many things we execute in this time lapse. The next step is what we're starting right now is to bring some stairs over. And the first step of the next step, I'm not just saying step over and over because we're dealing with steps, I promise, is to actually build this guardrail, siding. I don't know what the term is for this, but the thing that holds the stairs together on either side. It's not really the handrail. It's not what you hold because it's too low for that, but it is an important part in keeping the steps, attached to something on the other side. Nonetheless, I wanted to build this first so I could get a sense of how it would actually look on the sides, not just, on the top, from the top. So just get this done real quick. And again, last session, like I said, I like to work on a lot of elements that, like modular elements, basically. So that elements you can pull later so that when you need some time to do something a bit more mundane, I guess, it's quick and it's easy and it doesn't slow you down. Like right now, we put these stairs down. It took me seconds. Well, okay, it took me minutes. Whereas to actually build each and every step last session, it took me quite a bit of time. So now we just saved ourselves a lot of time and we saved ourselves a lot of, like mental energy as well, which is really important for me, at least, when I'm doing these time lapses, long stretches at a time. The next step was to add a couple of these Himalayan birches and stuff to the front. I wanted to get a little bit more of greenery going on. It livens the space up a little bit, I think, literally and metaphorically speaking. And then I wanted to get some dead trees here as well. Now, I don't know if our leopards will climb the dead trees, but if they would, it'd be neat. Otherwise, it just also adds a bit of textural and color variety, which I like. I think it's necessary. But anyways, back to the stairs over here. Again, just jumping back and forth a little bit because it keeps things interesting when doing like a long time lapse, in my opinion. But again, here you can see pulling a modular piece. I don't have to rework the flooring. I have pieces I can pull, though I do want to rework the pathing over here so it looks a little bit nicer. I wanted to marry a bit better the custom pathing with the actual pathing. I wanted to actually feel like it belongs together. But anyways, as I work on the pathing over here, because this is something a little maybe mundane to watch, I wanted to touch on something from last session. So many of you in the comments of the previous episode mentioned that the flags that we're putting down, now either it's in reference to that or it's in reference to something I said. I said that anytime you see images of these like Tibetan, mountainside monasteries, you see those flags. Now those flags are Tibetan prayer flags. Now I'm gonna say right off the bat, I am not super familiar with Tibetan stuff. So what I know some things, but if I make some mistakes over here and you know better, feel free to correct me in the comments down below, and then I can correct myself in the future. I always said I like to stay as accurate as possible, but I find this stuff pretty fascinating. So, first of all, I'm pretty sure that Tibetan prayer flags are supposed to be either rectangular. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be rectangular. I was going to say either rectangular or square, but I'm pretty sure they have to be rectangular. They can either be horizontal or vertical. There are two different types. Again, correct me if I have something wrong here. And they also are supposed to have specific like symbology on them as well, which I don't think the flags in the game have. The flags in the game are triangular, so arguably they're squares folded over. And I don't think they have the right symbols and stuff either. So I think they're just flags, but we're kind of using them to represent the Tibetan prayer flags. Now, the prayer flags are very interesting. We don't really know their origins for sure. I think there's a couple theories. One is that they're actually from a different faith entirely, a different Tibetan faith called Bon, B-O-N. So that's a possibility. There's the other possibility that Siddhartha, OG Buddhist, was the guy that wrote scripture on battle banners that like soldiers would carry, and it was sort of a commentary on, because Buddhism's a very peaceful faith and whatnot, so it's kind of a commentary on that. And then there's another theory that a different Indian monk brought it over much later into the existence of the religion. So there's a couple theories about where these prayer flags might be from. What I find most fascinating about them is the idea of, so basically, the flags, first of all, they have a lot of rules to how and when you can put them up and when you're not supposed to put them up and things like that. But the way they work is they're not actually praying to like a higher being or anything. Instead, they are more like an expression of goodwill and positive vibes, basically. And the thought is that as the wind blows through the flags and whatnot, it will carry those positive vibes and notions and feelings around. So the flags themselves bless the area, but the wind carries that blessing out and about. Well, that was pretty interesting. Thought I'd share that. And again, if I have something a little off, correct me, please. This is what I have off the top of my head, obviously. Back onto the topic of our construction over here. You can see that I've built the viewing platform out there. I've added some fencing over there. Added a toilet down there as well because I figure, even monks need to use the loo, right? So I've got that down. And then the next step was to add some more monastery towers. Now, many of you were saying that we should leave it as is. We shouldn't add more. And I was thinking about that between sessions. I was like, yeah, maybe we've added enough. But as as the momentum was gathering and I was like visually composing this space, I realized I don't need just one more tower. I need a couple more towers. I need a couple more towers. Well, two more towers and one tower-ish. I guess it's a tower. Hard to classify. You'll see what I'm getting at. And you can see I'm looking at some references as well. Because it depends on which monastery you're using as a reference image. Some are rather minimal. Some are surprisingly maximal. That's not the opposite of it should be. The opposite of minimal. Some are, a lot more present. They have a lot more parts to them. And there's also the fact that, a lot of times these monasteries, they're housing, like how many monks are being housed, right? So I wasn't too worried about that aspect of it. It was more about the visual element of it. So I saw the feedback and I was like, yeah, okay, it's not a bad thing, bad way to go. And initially I was actually going to leave it as we had it. But as I got to building, I was just like, you know what, I need more because I had some plans and I wanted to execute those plans. So what you're seeing right now is actually something else that was mentioned in the comments, is that it'd be a nice thing to have is if you actually walked in through or underneath a tower, would be a good way into this space. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's yes. Yes, let's do it. So that's what I'm doing over here. So you get to walk through. Again, it's just an archway. It's nothing too crazy, but it's still neat. It's a neat building to walk into, and don't worry, we're gonna get rid of those windows because they're absolutely hideous. Not in general, they're pretty, but in this context, they don't look very good at all. So I get rid of them and I swap them out for the small ones. I think they work a lot better. But yeah, I think it's a pretty neat experience to walk in underneath that and see this massive opening. I'm so happy with how this space is looking, folks. I cannot express enough. I'm really glad with how this has come together. And you can see now I'm adding the little platform area over here. There is still some work to be done. We don't get to 100% completion today. I think what we'll do is, like today, I'd say we get to like 99, maybe 95% completion. And the rest of it I'm leaving until maybe when we get our Himalayan bears, and then we can, complete this whole place all together. I believe this is this is close to the last thing I do. So again, I want it to look like there is an actual monastery that the leopards are, reclaiming the land of, I guess is the way to put it. So I wanted to get another tower in here, and this tower I knew for a while would be coming. And again, just kind of adjusting its height and stuff to make sure it works nicely with the other tower that's near it. I don't want it to be the same height. I don't want it to be too similar because then it looks like a mistake. Like, it has to be different enough that it looks intentional. So I've got that height settled down over there. And then over here, we add some more of these flags. And again, we're pretending that they're prayer flags. So that's at least what they're representing. Another fun thing. Usually the prayer flags are swapped around every Tibetan New Year. And Tibetan New Year this year was in the last week of February. I think it was it started on the 24th of February, I think it was. So very close to when we started the space. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to add over here was this challenging monastery entryway. You have to be really dedicated to climb this, to go by this mountain. It's like a mountain pass kind of thing. I really like it. It conjures up very specific imagery that I really like, but of course it's also for our leopards to have a wonderful time climbing and going on the mountainside. This was also something that was requested in the comments that like, oh, can we get like platforms for the leopards? And I was like, yes, 100%. You bet, because I've got a nice way that I want to integrate it. So yeah, we've made I'm really happy with this. And again, I hope y'all are as well. As always, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts about the time lapse today, and aesthetically and visually how everything's looking and feeling, and functionally as well. I'm really pleased with how it's all come together. But as always, I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments down below. With that, ladies and gentlemen, is the time lapse for today. All right, folks, that was a tough one to stop. I just got so much momentum going at one point. I just wanted to keep going. Unfortunately, I have a very important shopping trip to do. I know that sounds weird, but those of you that know a bit more about what's going on in my personal life, maybe if you're in our Discord or follow me on Twitter, you'll know what kind of important shopping I might be doing this year. But as a result of that, I have an appointment coming up, and I had to call an end to it because otherwise I might not be able to render this and get this up on time. But my God, I was really sort of like, I really had a good time with that time lapse, and I'm sure I'll get into details, during the time lapse audio itself. But like, I really like how this looks. We got to get some lighting in here. It's a bit more barren. I like the bare, rooftop and stuff. I like the, when you arrive, we got to get the train station in here. But when you arrive, we've got a very nice kind of like a transition, and this is, we still have some flooring and stuff to do. There's still some work to do, but we can do it when we get the Himalayan brown bear involved as well, because again, that's it's gonna fit in the region. It's gonna have a similar aesthetic, so we have some time there. But you get over here, and you can take a dive off over here, because evidently I oops, let's go ahead and fix that real quick. I must have deleted it by mistake when I was making deletions up there. I must not have, actually, let's not do that first. Let's go ahead and duplicate you again. And there we go. Excellent. And now, on this side, there we go. That should do the trick. Nope. Why? Game, why? Come on. Oop. There we go. Awesome. Now you can't dive off. So, this is, I'm so happy with this. And then this last thing, I don't know. It just, I love the idea of a very difficult to reach. If you're truly devoted, then this is the one you go to, and you take the mountain, the tiny mountain pass. And I like to work in like, I like to work in these kinds of stories. Obviously, this monastery complex wasn't actually built countless, whatever, centuries ago or millennia ago. It is a more recent construct, but I like the idea of the story that this tells. I need to do some adjustments to the terrain still. It's really starting to stick out like a sore thumb, and I wonder if enough snow coverage or rock coverage would do the trick. Maybe once this cooler activates, I wonder if that'll solve my issue there. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good about how this is looking and feeling. Like, geez, I was worried about it. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I start a new enclosure, I start worried that I'm not gonna be able to pull it off. But I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna add more of these flags as well, here and there. I think what we'll do is when we add the Himalayan brown bear. Oh God, it's gonna be such an undertaking. There are so many parts. But when we add the bears, we're probably gonna come back here and do some touches. I don't know if I want to. Okay, y'all, let me know. I'm gonna throw up a poll. I love when y'all get involved in polls, because poll? Yeah, poll. The word poll is starting to sound really weird right now. Polls are a great way to get your temperature and what you'd like to see. So obviously, I've been hyping up something for our year 100 Saturday session is my plan. I think we're finally going to go ahead and build that memorial. Lots of procrastination. Not just procrastination, but we kept having other things to do. But I want to get the memorial going, and that might be the next time lapse. We're going to take a step away from the Himalayas for a bit, for at least one session. But when we're done the memorial, the poll at the top right corner is going to determine if we come back here to cap this off right away, or if you guys would rather I move on to the next animal. And if it's the next animal, it'll probably be the Komodo dragon. I know I mistakenly said orangutan in the comments in a response to one of your comments, but I have been promising the Komodo dragon for a very long time, so we'll do that next. Then the orangutan, because I've been waiting for them, because I love them. I think they're adorable. I can't wait to get them in the game. Waste so much time just looking at them, and then come back here. So Poll will basically be like now or later will be the option. Top right corner, there should be a little eye pop out. Make sure you let me know your opinion there. But this is feeling good. I'm feeling good. Let's go ahead and get some snow leopard. I mean, we just did some research on them. So hopefully we have some like enrichment. I mean, they've got some climbing available. I wonder if the climbing helps their enrichment. Where are you, buddy? Here you are. Chilling out over here in the open. Perfectly good cave for you to go into now. Oh, they're so cute. Look at those giant paws. Those giant paws. Let's see. Enrichment, scratching post is making you more than happy enough. Fair enough. I guess we don't really need to give them anything else. Where's Buddy? Where's our other friend? Can we up your food quality? Yes, we can. You're here, and you are here. Okay, cool. I do believe I should get a donation bin up in here. Well, people aren't going to be coming here anytime soon. I need to get the trains up and running. I wonder if we do that today. Maybe. Maybe let's get the train running. I will be doing, by the way, again, looking at the comments, seems like most of you are interested in seeing the gondola as well. So I will be doing both over here, and I think we'll be able to get both done. I kind of want to add another monastery over here. It's a bear spot where we could... God, that wasn't even on purpose. It's a bear spot. This is where the bears are gonna... Anyway, I'm sorry. It's a barren spot where we could maybe put a nice tall one down or something. But the gondola could come through. Some of you were suggesting it should go through between the two towers. Maybe it goes between these two towers instead. I was initially thinking, like, if you were walking by here, right? Like, I don't know, because the gondola ride looks so cartoony, like, it's a fun gondola ride. It doesn't feel like an old, cable car or anything like that. Like, where's facilities, rides. If we take a look at it, you can see how colorful and like it looks nice. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice, but it doesn't look the part. Is I guess what I'm getting at, right? Don't want to do a monorail, I want to do a gondola. So I almost wonder if we want to kind of tuck it away and do what we had initially planned, which was start here and go over these mountains. Though many of y'all bring up a really good point. It'd be so cool to be able to see a top-down view as you go by. Like that would be a lot of fun. Imagine like going by at this height and being able to look down at the leopards and stuff and the bears as well when they're in. I think it'd be pretty neat. So just some decision making to do over there. Let's maybe go ahead and get the tracks built. Get people coming over here. Well, if we're gonna do that, we should get the donation bin and stuff set up as well. So I really hope people use this. If they don't, I don't mind. It's not the end of the world. Some things are really just about making us happy as the zoo managers and viewers and whatnot. People don't see this, then they're lost. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. All right, let's get this in here, please. Close you. I think I'm gonna have to get power in here somehow. Or we can get a solar panel in here or something. Pop you over here. Yeah, definitely gonna need a solar panel. Or something. Or something. That speaker's volume right up. There we go. I want to make sure. I wonder if it actually bothers the animal. Like it's through the glass. I wonder if it bothers the animal. And if I can get rid of the stand here, I could actually push you right up against this and push you right up against this as well. There we go. And what I'll probably do is I should really get some bins up here and security cameras as well. Not forget the real animals in this zoo. The real animals in the zoo. Let's go ahead and pop you down over here. I gotta get like fencing and stuff set up over here as well. Jeez. Yeah, when people get off the train, let's get that set down over there. And security. And security, I said. Where are we? Security, security, security. There we go. Oh, I need benches as well. I wish there were more understated benches. Like some of these are really kind of... But I guess this works. I guess this is pretty understated. Some of them are really gaudy. There's no other way to put it. Some of them are really gaudy. Can I... Please tell me I can. Come on. 1 over You're like so, and one over. Come on. Come on. Ah, it's gonna snap. Not gonna let me put them back to back, which is unfortunate. All right, well, no seating over there then. Go ahead and get some seating down over here. Like base camp 1 over here. There we go. And then up over here, I mean, I probably should be built. I'll build that later. I'll build that later. And here is over here. We can get you and you. Again, we have to build some fencing and stuff there so people don't go mountain diving, cliff diving, base jumping, whatever you want to call it. All right, so that's that all set up. I could probably get some heaters up here as well. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. I imagine people are feeling pretty chilly up there. Let's go ahead right to our entrance where we put down a bunch of heaters at the beginning. Okay, let's go ahead. Take a look at temperature. I believe this should point out where our heaters are. Do they not? Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Let's get you 24 degrees. Very toasty. That's not toasty. It's warm. It's pleasant. Pleasant. Let's get you over here. So it won't bother the animals. It'll keep our people warm, though. And over here as well, I think. It's a little chilly over here, as you can see. Go ahead and drop you down over there. That should do the trick. Keep this area cozy. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get the tracks done, and then we can unpause and see if our leopards are actually able to, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Climb the climbing platforms I set down for them. Okay, on the topic of platforms, though, let's go ahead and delete that. And you, my good friend, please tell me this is going to be entry and exit on the right side. Oh, of course. Of course. Okay, okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. We should be able to just... Ah, this bothers me so much. Hold on. Okay, let's try... Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Add a track. Okay, it might be because of the construction pieces. Come on. There we go. Let's go ahead and move them up, just out of the way for now. Don't mind the floating bricks, people. Okay, let's go ahead and come on, baby. Come on. Oh, no, it is overlapping. Just ever so slightly, literally millimeters. Oh, it's so frustrating. All right, it's not the end of the world, though. It's not the end of the world, because we just have to adjust this a little bit. I just got to adjust this a little bit. Gotta go all the way like back over here, though, I think. I get rid of you, and I get rid of you. And we pull you out just a little bit. Pull you out just... Can I not? There we go. There we go. Do that, do this, and then over here it gets a little bit sharper. Reduce the length a touch. Now we gotta straighten out like so. Reduce the length a bit more. I think we've got it. Yes, beautiful. There we go. And tracks to connect. Go ahead and delete you. Go ahead and delete you as well. Gotta just turn this around a bit more. Gotta do something like that. And then we should be able to. I don't want to do something weird like that. There we go. There we go. Done. Done. Okay, cool. Easy, 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 easy. So done that. Let's exit that over here. Station 141. Place an entrance. Entrance over here, I think. Let's do this. So entrance over there. Exit over here. And then this I need to figure out. So this... The reason why... This is why I put the entrance over here. Is because I figured we could... do this. There we go. There we go. Cool. All right. So that's there. That's working. I do need to get power over here, though, I believe, right? Oh, good. We're able to power this. So that's good. We've got power for that. We don't, unfortunately, have power for this section. So how do we get power over there? Do we want to put down another generator somewhere? We could put a generator down, put another solar panel down as well, of course. That's always an option. I mean, I could drop a solar panel probably over here, and that would probably do the trick. Let's see, solar panel. Utilities. Now the wind turbine is also... short, come on. What is this? That's the heater. Now the wind turbine, as I was about to say, has a decent range as well. Oh wow, not decent enough apparently. I guess verticality matters as well, of course. All right, well, what if we put a solar panel up over here? It would make sense. Up in the... These are very modern, eco-friendly monks. Where is my path? Where's my path? Oh, you're here somewhere. Oh, you're here somewhere. Where are you? Well, okay, we can tuck it to the side over here and then pull the path out. Oh, you know what? It's a slope there. That's why it's not willing to connect at all. I don't think it will be. All right, fine, fine. We can put this down over here as well. Yep, still within reach. Cool. So let's put you down over here. Oh, there we go. There's the path. Goes up like seconds before I click. Milliseconds before I click. Millimeters, milliseconds. Hopefully we're making a million off of this new section. And we do have to build, supports and stuff. Obviously, this is looking very fake right now. Physically impossible. So we're going to build some supports. And there have been some suggestions about building supports for our tracks as well. That's definitely coming too. And I got a pretty interesting suggestion for supports for the track in this area. So we're going to see how we can integrate that. I'm sure you can guess maybe what the suggestion was, but that'll come later. So we've got power over here. These things are powered. The train is powered. We need to make sure that our work zone is set. So let's go to Zoo, Staff, Work Zones, Southeast Asia. No, sorry, East Asia entrance. Gotta add you, and gotta add you. And you know what? We actually need some ATMs as well. Because... well, okay, so a couple of things we need to do. I need to go ahead and get ATMs, if I can find them. Facilities. Well, ATM. And in terms of adding stores to the area over here, I think what we'll do is leave this area as it is, but add some stores up over here and kind of make it feel... I mean, I might, like, unsynchronize the prices here and make it super cheap or something like that, just so it feels like, a bit more... fitting, I guess. But the main reason for the stores is not so much to make money, but more to draw people here. And if people come here, I don't want them to start complaining about food and drink. I put a washroom over here because even monks gotta go. So I feel like that's reasonable. But wouldn't mind putting some ATMs down. At least encourage donations. All right, that's that. Basically, this entire session's been on pause. My apologies. My apologies. I'm going to unpause now, take a quick gander at our snow leopards, and see if they are able to, in fact, climb this platform and stuff. I mean, oh my god. I'm still not over the size of those paws. Huge. Hang on now. There we go. Look at them. Insane. Insane. All right, unpause time. So let's get our UI back, unpause, and give me a quick look at your... You can still escape from here? Are you kidding me? How do you get out there even? Boys and girls can really climb. Yes. Yes, they can get right up to there. Oh my god. I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen so bad. Now, I do need to figure out, though, how they're able to escape. So you're able to come here. How are you able to come out over there? I need to raise this even higher. Oh, you know what? This is probably not doing me any favors. This is probably not doing me any favors. Go ahead and do that, maybe. See if that does the trick. Quarantine pass for a couple animals. Come on now. No, still able to get out of here. I need to figure this out. Oh, maybe it's because... No, it says it's able to reach there. Let's see. Be a good idea to stop these escapes from happening. I don't think moving these will help. Pretty sure it'll just still say they're able to escape just even sooner now. So let's well, hold on before. Oh, that looks like it. Hang on. Unpause. Give it a second to recalculate. Oh, that does help. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So what's the deal over here? You're able to escape. Oh, you're able to escape because our barrier is cutting in, isn't it? Yeah, that's why. Okay. Not a problem. I can add another step in here. No, not there. Hold on. I feel like I've... There we go. So let's redo and redo and redo. Cool. Wanted to undo any mistaken deletions I may have done. Put you over to there. There we go. This should solve the problem because now we've got the overlap. Come on now. Go all the way back to there. It's got to like not count as an escape. There we go. That should do the trick. I might need to nudge this over a little bit. This one, come on, move you over. There we go. Okay, that should do the trick. And before we check though, I want to go ahead and take a look at our quarantine animal. So Rhea, let's go ahead and move you to Wolf Rock, new addition, and Fangi? I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Fanga? I'm not sure. If it's not in Pinyin, I can't even begin to try to pretend to read it. Let's go and put you into Habitat 24, which, yes, needs to get renamed as well. Got some great suggestions for the snow leopards, but still haven't picked yet. Need to get on that. But maybe I'll do that next session. So keep dropping the suggestions is what I'm saying. All right, cool. Yeah, looks like we're in the clear here. I really want to see them climb. Oh my god, it would make me so happy to see them climb. And good, this block kind of works as well. They can get all the way up to there. That's really cool. And people can come through as well. Now, I do need to, open up the trains again. And you are free. Station 141. Wish I could actually see which one is Station 141. Ride camera just takes me to the ride, obviously. I'm pretty sure that's Station 141. Rhea, yeah, has joined the pack. Excellent. No issues there. Oh, they're just having a lie down. So that's what we're doing today. Well, don't disturb them. Look at their tails as well. Why do they have such fluffy tails? Look at that. I between the ear wiggles and the belly and the tail wiggles, I don't know what's my favorite. Hungry animals. That'll have to sort itself out. Well, I should check over here real quick. Are people going to come through? Well, this is an empty train from elsewhere, I think. Hopefully the reduced prices will draw more people onto the trains. Some people are coming through. I mean, they're not going to enjoy the view of the leopards from down here. Oh, Malin's about to pass away. Oh. That's... Wait, where'd you go? Go, 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 go. I want to say farewell. Farewell, Malin. You did well. You did well. You got us a great baby. Oh, no, 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 no. Didn't know you would make sounds. Man, okay, that's... I wish I hadn't. But I try to be there for the animals when they pass. As I think I would be if I was an actual zoo manager. As much as I could be, at least. These are my babies, right? Oh, on the topic of babies, more to come, folks. But as we say farewell What Banda's, and as Buddy there is like rushing over to pick her up, it is also time to say farewell to this session. The sun is setting. Look at the lighting over here. It's like golden hour right now. Loving the colors, loving the mist. Oof. Very happy with this. Very happy with this. I wish I could. Oh, you know what? I'm so tempted to just use the move to there. We can. Invalid destination. Valid destination. Can't just pop them up here. It's too bad. Oh, we can. But in my greed, I've lost the time. I've lost the beautiful golden sun. That's what I get. But you know what? This ain't bad. This ain't bad either. This is so cool. This is so cool that they can actually come up here. I kind of wish I hadn't done this, if I'm completely honest. But now we get to see them climb down. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's wild. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. I'm much too pleased. Folks, that's the high note we're going to end the session on. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below, folks. It's always making a massive difference in my decision-making process. Again, there is the poll at the top right corner. Make sure you get your voice heard as the sun sets in July for the first time this year, it feels like. Yeah, wow. I'm really pleased with how this session went, and I hope you all are as well. But of course, I'm always open to feedback and your thoughts and opinions. A massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.